I'm not gonna lie. I'm pissed off, man. You got Mitch, the Grinch, McConnell meeting with Biden. I think today or tomorrow to celebrate the omnibus bill. We got all this stuff going on in the House. Man, this is a soap opera, man. Our country, my gosh. Marjorie Taylor Greene going off. She's all pissed off. I understand why people are mad and upset and everything else. Kevin McCarthy ain't the guy for the job. He should not be the leader of the House. I was happy, even though I'm not a Republican. I was happy that the Republican Party at least got enough people in there to get the majority of the House. I thought they were going to get the Senate too, but unfortunately they didn't. And the reason why I say that is because the last 2 years, you couldn't orchestrate a plan better than what the Biden administration did to screw this country in 2 years. I mean, it was epic what this administration has done. And now with this uniparty stuff going on and the swamp and everything, it's terrible. It's absolutely terrible. And it's a shame, man. It's a shame what's going on. I love it that they're negotiating and stuff like that. But I hate the fact that we got everybody so separate. We just can't be on the same page. Everybody has their own agendas, man. Marjorie Taylor Greene was going off. She's actually a new politician. I think she got sworn in 2020. She's from Georgia. She's just, yelling and screaming, basically saying, these three people, she's talking about Gates, Boebert, and somebody else, were demanding jobs. And, I didn't even demand a job. I don't have, a gavel job, and I didn't do this and that. She's just going off, and she's saying, McCarthy, funded, help, get help Boebert get some money for her campaign to win and stuff like that. Who gives a shit? I mean, just because somebody helped you get in and they paid for you or helped get you money doesn't mean you have to turn around and vote for them after you see what they've done. McCarthy's a snake, man. He's part of the swamp. We're supposed to be draining the swamp, and Gates said it best. How are you going to try to drain the swamp if you got an alligator, the biggest alligator in the swamp? McCarthy is a snake. He is nothing but a person that takes money. He's great. Now, he will stay in hotels all night for the next 2 years, and nobody raises money better than him. And that's why everybody's voting for him, because everybody knows they're going to get them money and interest and stuff, their personal stuff, and their pockets lined. That's why these people are voting for them. They're not voting for McCarthy because he's the best fit for the job. He's a good leader. He has plans for America, great plans for America. He doesn't. And what's really pissing me off, this is why I'm making this video. I'm hearing that Donald Trump said everybody needs to back McCarthy. Now, listen, man. I didn't vote for Donald Trump in 2016. I'm not going to lie to you. I voted for Jill Stein in the Green Party because I just wasn't convinced his temperament could do the job, but I was wrong. Donald Trump proved to me in the first couple of months, maybe a month or two, that he was more than capable of doing the job. And I really like Donald Trump, and he got a raw deal his whole 4 years. And I definitely voted for him in 2020 against Sleepy Joe for sure. But one of the biggest downfalls of Donald Trump is he's a narcissist, man. And if you kiss his butt or you kiss the ring, no matter what you've done in the past, as long as you bow down to him and kiss his butt like Kevin McCarthy did, because Kevin McCarthy wanted him out, during the January 6th stuff. He wanted Donald Trump out. He stabbed him in the back. And then he went back and kissed his butt, and now Donald Trump is saying, you guys need to vote McCarthy in. And the reason why Donald Trump wants him in, not just because he kissed his butt, is because he knows, he's got influence. McCarthy will campaign and lobby up a bunch of money for Donald Trump and help him get elected, because he needs all the help he can get against Ron DeSantis. And right there, when I just heard Donald Trump, because I was half and half, man, I'm not gonna lie, 50-50 between Donald Trump and Ron DeSantis. But now, as of now, unless something changes, I'm going with Ron DeSantis in 2024. Donald Trump is making a terrible mistake by telling everybody to vote for McCarthy. Man, McCarthy is nothing but a male, a little bit more of a Republican or a conservative version of Nancy Pelosi. The guy's from California. Again, he is a snake, man. I'm telling you. And don't take my word for it. If you guys don't know about these politicians, now don't get me wrong. Most of these politicians are trash, anyways, Republicans included. But McCarthy is really, oh my God, he's one of those dudes, man. That he's not a good leader. Okay, and this dude has the audacity. This is how arrogant he is. He's already moved his stuff into Nancy Pelosi's office because obviously Nancy Pelosi's not the Speaker of the House anymore. He just knows he's going to get the job. And good for Gates and Holbert and the other, was it 18 Republicans? It's 20 total. The black dude, my boy, from Florida, he said he went and flipped from McCarthy to Chip Roy. I mean to Jim Jordan. Excuse me. Chip Roy's the same too. I love Chip Roy. Chip Roy he's my favorite, man. But the Republicans that I like are the American First Republicans. They call them the MAGA Republicans or whatever. If you listen to Republicans like that, the America First Republicans like Ron DeSantis and Carrie Lake and stuff like that, they sound just like libertarians or constitutionalists. Rand Paul, Chip Roy, people like that. Gates, Boebert, Jim Jordan. That's the kind of Republicans I like. If everybody was like that in the Republican Party, I'd be a Republican. I'd have no problem with it. But the problem is most of them aren't. Most of them are rhinos, uniparty, and part of the old establishment, like back in the 90s, like Sean Hannity. You know what I mean? I don't screw with those kind of people, man. One thing I will give the Democrats, good thing and bad thing, the good news is they stick together. The bad news is they stick together, and because they got a shitty party, and I don't agree with anything they say. They don't give a damn about us as Americans. We're just peons, and all they care about is controlling us. I've said this once, and I'll say it again. Any kind of gun control in America, any kind of gun control, I don't care what it is unconstitutional, period. If we don't have the same weapons as the government, it's unconstitutional. And don't give me this, the little musket guns and stuff, and they didn't know about AR-15s. Listen, we're supposed to have the same guns, but that's for another story. Anyways, Donald Trump, reason I'm ranting like this, it's like 9:45 a.m. Pacific time, and I haven't slept, man. I have not slept. I was up working, and I was doing stuff, and I toss and turn about this shit, man. I really do, and I'm just shooting, this video, recording it with my audio on my phone, and I'm just, just laying here, and I'm just watching stuff, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, McCarthy will get in, he'll win, and it'll be the same old thing, man. You know what I mean? If you guys don't know, the House is like the little brother to the Senate. The Senate are the big boys, and then if you got a bill, the House will, if they vote on it, they'll do the bill, then they'll send it up to the Senate, and then the Senate, whether or not they're going to turn it down, because the Senate's still run by the Democrats, and then and if it gets passed, then they'll send it up to the executive branch, which is the worst president in United States history. And let me tell you something. We're going to be gridlocked for the next 2 years anyways. We're gridlocked now with the Republicans. Imagine what's going to happen with the Senate and the executive branch. Nothing's going to get passed. That's why they passed a $1.7 trillion bill before these boys got into office. But who knows? With Kevin McCarthy, he might have passed it, with knowing him. But I'm telling you this right now. All the Republicans that are voting for Kevin McCarthy should be ashamed of themselves. And I'm telling you this, guys, right now. Just look at your state. See who your representatives are and see who they voted for. If they voted for Kevin McCarthy, don't trust them, man, because they are trying to line their pockets and they don't give a damn about you. This is what kind of, politicians you want. You want somebody that's going to drain the swamp. You know what I mean? Get rid of them Democrats. Stop this uniparty bullshit. Now, I'm not saying don't work across the aisle and try to get stuff done, of course. You know what I mean? But don't bend to them Democrats, man, period. You know, you can't change them anymore. They are completely, Donald Trump has literally, any kind of moderate Democrat or any kind of Democrat that was leaning to the right, when Donald Trump came in office, he just completely made that Democratic Party go crazy. He literally made them go crazy. There's no more sane Democrats left. They're all insane over there in the House and the Senate. We want somebody to secure the border. We want fair elections. You know, we want to try to get the deficit down, which will never happen. Hopefully we could, you know, maybe even think about trying to back our money to gold like Russia and China's talking about doing. We'll never do it. We're too far in the hole. And we could never let a bill like that pass again. That omnibus bill was I mean, we should be picketing and rioting about that in a peaceful way about that omnibus bill. That is, I can't tell you the immensity of what happened with that. That's just crazy. So anyways, the reason I keep talking about this, and I know I'm supposed to be, you know, talking about freedom and a decentralized asset, it all ties in together. You know, when I go to Wall Street Silver and I see that channel and I see people talking about politics and people getting mad about it, and all they want to do is talk about pictures of silver. Guys, all this is connected. Politics and silver and gold and Bitcoin and finances, it's all tied in. The Fed, all that stuff's tied in. You can't just sit here and talk about, and just me or anybody else is showing you silver and talking about silver all day. You know what I mean? I'm sorry if that's what you want to hear, but it's bigger than me, man. So it's disappointing, man. It's disappointing. So I'll talk to you guys later. I'll probably make another video later on, but this is sad, man. And maybe the next I'll talk to you, maybe Kevin McCarthy will probably be the nominee, the leader of the House. Hopefully not, but I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.